Hi everybody, I'm here today. We're going to be talking about getting your home ready for market. So there are some really important things that you want to be able to do in order to make your home look the best, because we say you get one chance to make a really good impression on the buyer. So we're going to be talking specifically about a particular property that we're at today, to give you just kind of an idea of things that you could be looking for in your property when you're getting ready to sell. So one of the first things we're gonna start out is outside, looking at the landscaping. So this is a property that is currently unoccupied. So here's a really good example of an area that needs to be addressed. You can see all of this is overgrown. The grass is high. We need some edging done here along the driveway. And these are the little things, and we say the little things often mean a lot. This is the first thing that the buyer sees when they pull up to the house. So we want to make sure that we're giving it really good curb appeal, and little things like cutting back overgrown bushes here, and also refreshing the mulch. So you can see here that we've got a lot of leaves in here, some old mulch. So once we cut it back and we refresh the mulch, it'll really give it a nice look. And we start walking up to the property here, and again, the buyer is going to be doing this as they come into the property. So we've got again some other beds in here that need to be freshened up with some new mulch. Also some weeds that need to be removed, some plants that can be cut back as well. So then we come to the front door here. We've got some chipping paint, so that could be scraped. This area here should be repainted. One of the things that we really like to do, one of our signatures on properties that are unoccupied, is we put a welcome mat and an American flag. So it gives makes the house feel more like a home for that buyer that's walking up for the first time. So I'm going to take you inside, show you a couple more examples of things that you could be looking out for. So again, these tips that we're giving is customized to this particular property. So it's one of the services that we offer when we come out to your property. We let you know about things that you can do, and most importantly, things not to do in order to get the most amount of money for your property, all within your time frame. So I wanted to show this to you as well. So when we come out back, we've got a nice small deck here off the kitchen area. And you can see that the deck is a little bit dirty. So one of the first things that we would recommend is obviously just clean the deck. We can see that the railing, the top boards here, these are all in pretty good shape. There's no warping. The paint is all pretty good on there. But the deck boards definitely need to be addressed because, again, the buyer's coming in. And the last thing a buyer wants to do is have to look at, okay, what work do I need to do? They want to be able to move right into the house, put their boxes down, and just start living without having to worry about doing improvements on the property. So one other thing I wanted to show you over here is this is an area where there was some drywall that was, maybe they had something hanging here, but they had done some touch-ups. This definitely needs to be addressed. Fortunately, the seller does have the paint, so we can go ahead and have this touched up, have all these holes touched up as well. Any of these marks right here can be removed with a magic eraser, and again, it kind of freshens the paint up. If for some reason you don't have the paint, all you need is a paint chip about the size of a quarter that you can bring to your local home improvement store, and they'll be able to match the paint. So sometimes that paint chip can be a little bit hard to come by, but one of the places that you can look is right inside a closet. So if you look inside the closet, if the closet is painted the same color as the walls, you can grab a paint chip maybe off of a piece of corner bead or another place where you can see it starting to chip, and then just bring that to your local home improvement store, and they'll be able to mix you up a paint that matches very, very closely. So some general rules of preparing a home for sale. So we talked specifically about this particular property. General rules that we like to follow. One of the things that we look for is clutter in a property, and that's a big word that people will look at when they're getting their house ready and trying to figure out, like, what is clutter, what is too much clutter, how much do we need to remove. And the general rule of thumb is that for let's say like your kitchen area, you want to clear the counters as much as you can, especially if you have a smaller kitchen. the more things that you're able to clear from the counter, the bigger the space is going to look. So we tell our clients, if you're not using it every single day, if you're not using that coffee machine or that particular device, just stow it away inside the cabinet. So the only things on the counter should be things that you're using on an everyday basis. Other areas of the house, like we'll walk through specifically and we'll give advice on every single room of the property to let you know, what needs to be removed in order to create more floor space. But that's really the idea in removing clutter, is creating additional floor space. Even if you have a large house, you want to create additional floor space. It just gives the appearance of more space. So you've got plenty of space for the new buyer coming into your property. Closets is another area that we focus on, and some general rules with closets that pretty much apply to every closet in the house is nothing on the floor, and if you have shelves in the closet above like where you hang clothes, no more than about 18 to 20 inches of items on those shelves, and things that are hung up should be not crunched together, but they should be able to breathe. So that's a general rule with closets. Some other things that we look at are light bulbs, right? Just something very simple, just walking through, making sure that all the light bulbs in the house work. We also recommend going with the highest wattage that you can possibly get for that particular fixture. So if you're using incandescent light bulbs, which some people may still be using incandescent, there is a tag on the light fixture that tells you the maximum wattage. You may be able to go a little bit higher if you're using LED, but definitely check with the manufacturer's recommendation. But essentially we recommend to go as high as you can on the wattage, especially if you're showing the house when it's getting a little bit darker at night. You want to brighten up the house as much as you can. Some other general rules that we talk about is cleanliness in the property. So a lot of people say, oh, I wiped all the surfaces down and I vacuumed, so we're good. Yeah, and that's great. And like we were talking about earlier, the little things really mean a lot. So we get down to even going to the baseboards. So you've got your baseboards here, and just making sure that there's no dirt right on the top of the baseboards. And you can see that I pulled up some dirt just by rubbing my finger on there. So even something as simple as that could have a really big impact. All of your vents in the property should be cleaned as well, because these also collect dust. Ceiling fans will often collect dust. So anything that would collect dust, make sure that you are addressing. The final thing that we're going to talk about today is staging. And that's always a question. Should I stage? Should I not stage? What's the benefit of staging? It's an expense that I don't know if I want to incur. When a house is vacant like this property, houses tend to show better when they have furniture in them. So if you are planning to move out, you should really talk to your real estate agent about potentially leaving some of the furniture in the house, stage very specific rooms in the house. So we're very strategic on what rooms we're going to stage. If you're going to be renting furniture, we work with our clients to identify the rooms in the house that we should put furniture in, and other rooms, yeah, we could leave those empty. This way you're not having to furnish the entire house to get the proper effect that you want when you're showcasing your property. So I wanted to also let you know that we do have this free report. It's the 9-step system to get your home sold fast and for top dollar. So in this report, it will identify some of the things that we're talking about here with you today. Also give you some additional tips in order to help you get your property sold. So this report is available free of charge. You just call our office, 410-793-1616. There's no cost, there's no obligation, and be happy to send you out a copy. If you would like a free market analysis of your property to figure out exactly what your house would sell for in the current market, plus we can give you personalized tips of what to do, and most importantly, what not to do in order to get your price all within your time frame. You just give our office a call. Be happy to set up a time where I can come out and visit with you and discuss the sale of your property. Again, our phone number, 410-793-1616. So thanks for watching. I hope it was informative for you, and we'll talk to you soon.